And welcome to the Basketball Operations Podcast. This is our very first episode, and I'm really excited.
Same here.
I've been wanting to do this forever with my homeboy Miles, and we're finally freaking here, man.
Welcome, guys.
This is great. I mean, I haven't seen Miles in what? How long has it been?
I think it's been like a year and a half.
A year and a half?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, a year and a half, and I think we've been talking about this for what? I think like
senior year, something like that.
Yeah, I know. I know there have been
the seeds were planted.
Seeds were planted. There were talks about this podcast being made, senior year, which was 2 years ago, because we're both going into our third year of college, and now we're finally doing it because I mean. And I want to give a shout out first to all our homies in the PlayStation party.
Yo.
You know who you are.
Yes, sir.
Adrian, Josh, Greg, Jake. I wanted to give you guys a shout out. I had it in my head because I know y'all are going to listen to this, and you guys are probably going to be very excited for both of us because, I mean, we talk about basketball a lot. Like,
yeah, you guys should hear our conversations in the PlayStation party. You know, they get pretty heated.
They get heated. There's a lot of trolls. I'm talking to you, Josh.
Definitely, Josh.
There are a lot of trolls, but it's fun. And I was thinking to myself because when the seeds were planted our senior year, and we were, like just talking basketball, I was telling Miles like a couple months ago, I was like, hey, I think we have to pull the trigger on this because like if it's so easy to do it on the PlayStation party, then like we just hit the record button. And then we're here, and then
just gotta try it, you know.
Yeah, you gotta try it. And I mean, I've seen, just like how this coronavirus pandemic has impacted everybody.
Yeah.
And I feel like I didn't want to be the one where like I just didn't want to do anything, and I felt like I needed to do something. So I felt like this was like a good escape for the both of us.
Yeah.
And I mean,
we're here.
And we're here. It's fucking great. And this is the first time we're seeing each other again. You guys can't see him, but
I forgot how Nathan looked.
Yeah. I forgot how Miles looked too.
Really crazy.
Miles grew out kind of a long hair. He kind of has a mullet right now. No, it's not a mullet. It's
close,
like
it's close. It's close.
It's see, what do you call it?
It's the Fabio hairstyle.
It's like a surfer dude. Like I feel like Miles would come out the beach and just be like,
I got the Nemanja Bjelica haircut.
Nemanja Bjelica. Well, yeah, before he got the haircut. It was a rookie. Yeah. So I mean, we're doing great. Let's see a little bit about myself, just so everybody knows. I mean, I am like I said, a third year. Or going into my third year college student. I started watching basketball. The earliest recollection of me watching basketball was probably 2007 or 2008. So I was about 6 or 7, and the earliest recollection of me watching a game was probably going to my living room and turning on K Count 9 to watch the Lakers game. And it was when was Kevin Love and Timberwolves in 2008? Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, it was Kevin Love's Timberwolves versus Kobe's Lakers. And obviously being in LA, like you had to watch Kobe at some point.
Yeah.
So that was the first recollection. And then the second one was the 2010 finals when I only remember Game 7. Every other game I know maybe I've watched, but I'm pretty sure I have watched the games 1 through 6. But I always remember Game 7 when at the end they knew they won and Kobe came down the court and threw the ball up in the air. And that was the one thing that stuck in my head forever. And that was like the seed that planted everything. And then So yeah, that was, and then then after that I got hooked.
When they won, did you hear like the fireworks outside?
Oh yeah, yeah. I heard the fireworks outside. LA was rocking. It was rocking.
Sadly.
Like, it was rocking, and it was crazy. And then after, that's when I got hooked to basketball. I mean, like, I feel like, you know, if especially me and like Miles and kind of like our generation, I feel like we got to see Kobe, in the earliest years of our life, and that's probably most likely what got us hooked. Like, it was like Kobe, and then we saw, like prime Dirk, and then like it was going to prime LeBron and all that stuff. And, like, that's what's got us hooked. And then ever since then, for, I guess now, 11 years since that happened, or 12 years?
Pretty blessed with the generation we've got to see so far.
Yeah, it's crazy because, going, later in our future, going to tell our kids, yeah, we saw
LeBron.
We saw LeBron. We saw Kobe. Yeah. We saw Dirk.
Paul Pierce.
We saw Paul Pierce shit his pants. Shit his shorts and then fake it as an injury. And then we saw, like Trolley, like it was just like, I think that generation or that, like, what is it? Mid 2000s going into 2010s was like a really good era of basketball because there was like a lot of competition. And then it was just good competition. Like even in regular season games, it was like there wasn't like, especially now, especially with this load management thing and everything, like it was a good generation for us to grow up on to now base this new generation of the 2020 basketball, like 2020s basketball, and base it off that. So that's how I got my basketball knowledge. Cool. And so this is how my co-host Miles got his basketball knowledge.
All right. Well, growing up in LA, everyone at school was a Laker fan, which was, that was a handful. But luckily for me, my aunt, early 2000s, stumbled upon a Sports Illustrated magazine, and on the cover, greatest European player of all time, Dirk Nowitzki was on it. So my aunt was a Mavs fan from that point. And when I was born, it was only right, to continue it. I'd say my earliest recollection of, like, basketball was pretty similar to yours, actually. Mm-hmm. I'd say that Lakers-Celtics, like when they, what was it? LA won, then Boston won.
And then LA won again.
Yeah. That's what I remember the most early on. I'd say, like, 2008 it kind of started. I went to my first Mavs game against the Clippers. Remember meeting guys like Eric Dampier. Really tough time.
And I'm still jealous to this day.
No, it's cool. It's only Eric Dampier. But yeah, just growing up with Kobe, LeBron, Dirk, all those guys, it really brought me interest and excitement to see like the next generation of guys coming into the league. And I honestly feel like basketball is one of the most entertaining sports to watch. I know some people are gonna hate on that, but just like the way it interacts with like the media and the pop culture, I just feel like basketball is super fun to watch and debate.
Yeah, it's just it's really easy for, or it was really easy for basketball to get into the whole pop culture thing, mainly because of how there was, obviously it started with, like, I would say like Kareem and then Magic and
Jordan really.
And Jordan that like started signing shoe deals and then, was signing with Nike, signing with bigger deals, coming out with obviously sneaker lines and clothing lines and everything. So like it made people want to buy their stuff or their jerseys just because like it was them. They put on a show every time they stepped on the court. And then but then also you have like the not just only the pop culture but more like the like relatability to these players because like again like they they're players and like people can debate them and create podcasts about them but like at the end of the day,
we can go out there and do their moves right now.
We can go out of my laundry basket basketball court but yeah, so like at the end of the day, like they're still human beings, and like there's a relatability of like how you want to base your game off people. Base your game off of their game, and
I was the kid who shot one-legged fadeaways in elementary school because of Dirk.
yeah, and he still shot him at high school, and it was just unguardable. It was unguardable. I tried to guard him, and it was unguardable. Yeah, so like that relatability, and then it's just like just constant players of changing the game. Like you have, just LeBron. It's like if you're big, like you need to get your ass in the paint. You're a freight train. You're a freight train. Like
come on, old head.
He was one of the like. He was one of the guys that changed the game, and then you have like
because he was the guy who was like 6'9". No one ever seen a guy move like that.
Yeah, he was 6'9", crazy athleticism.
And now you got guys moving like that all over now.
Yeah, it's just it's created a positionless basketball because LeBron has again shown that he can guard possibly 1 through 5, and like then it just created the way for other 6'7" guys that like are 6'7", 6'8" guys that all you have to do is have a will to defend and make 1,500 threes in the game, and like that you're set for the NBA.
That's the blueprint, guys.
Yes, the blueprint.
500 threes a day, and just have effort, and you'll be like Dorian Finney-Smith,
Royce O'Neal. Yeah, just two of one of the best 3-and-D players that are probably gonna make an All-NBA defensive team. If they don't, I don't know how. Hopefully, if they don't, I don't know how. But yeah. So then you have those players. That just created the way. Then you have like AI that paved the way for small guys like me to where like all you have you can still be dominant at 5'11", 6 feet, and then obviously like Curry. Like I feel like Curry probably
he advanced the game so far.
Like people want to make arguments that like like. Again, like LeBron or other people had an impact, but I really feel like, especially now in our generation, Steph Curry, it really changed the game. Like it's if you shoot from far in the trash can or anything, it's Steph Curry. Like that's the first name you're thinking of.
Curry's the reason why Al Jefferson's not in the league anymore, or Greg Monroe.
There's reason. Like he is the reason why there are centers out there that
if you can't shoot, you're hurting your team because you can't space unless you're a really good roller. But
yeah, and then even then, like they're still trying to push like guys like like in the Memphis Jazz series, it was Valanciunas and Gobert. They cancel each other out, so it was a good series. But like if you go to again, like if the Mavs continue, they'll play Utah. Rudy Gobert is gonna have to run out the court at some point because he's gonna have to space out a KP.
Yeah.
And that's gonna hurt Utah, and like that's why I want the Clippers.
Even in the Clippers series, Zubats has been getting hunted a little bit by Luka, and he's not really out there on Kleba, so it's kind of hard to play him out there. That's why they go small. Got all the shooters out there. Yeah. And that's all Curry.
Yeah. I saw a lineup where Marcus Morris was their center, I think, at one point.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Marcus Morris was their center.
I think they went Batum at the 5-2.
Yeah. And I was like, this is
Reggie
crazy.
Jackson at the 3.
Yeah, and Nick Batum is what, 6'8"?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like again, like it just changed the game where you have to shoot, and you have to, and then you have these little 5-year-old kids pulling up from half court in little league, and it's just like or you have like in high school games these kids that can like shoot from the hash mark, and even then it's just like even for kids who can't shoot, like it's like
they want to learn.
They want to because like it's the next part of like what the game is, because before it was like for a point guard it was layups and floaters and mid range. That's what you had to master.
You gotta master the pick and roll.
That's what it is, or entry passes to the post.
Yeah.
But now it's like if you can't shoot from the hash mark or higher, it's like you don't even matter on the court anymore.
It's definitely a dying breed. I mean, Chris Paul's still going, but
Chris Paul's still going.
Like the Dame Lillards, the Trae Youngs, the Steph Currys. They just punish defenses.
They're on the heel because like what it does is a regulation court, or the half court, is huge. Like I don't think people realize how big it is, And
spacing matters so much in this league now.
Yeah, I don't think people realize how big it is. And this dude Curry literally has like his entire foot planted on the Warriors logo, and pulling up like it's a layup, and it's ridiculous. And you have Damian Lillard in crunch time saying, "Hey man, like, oh, shout out to Paul George for this. That's not a good shot, but it is a good shot. It is a good shot, especially for him."
I hate playing against Dame when the Mavs play against Dame, because anytime he goes upward in his shooting motion, there's like a 70% chance it's going in, and there's nothing you could do.
Yeah,
like you saw Austin Rivers throw up the prayers to God.
Yeah, thank God, bro, he missed. And we'll get into that later about Denver, Portland, in a couple minutes here, but
Dame had a takeover.
Yeah, he had takeover, and
shooting take,
and it was ridiculous. It was just ridiculous, and so yeah, we'll get into that in a few minutes here, but yeah. So then you have these kids, in high school and college. Like, I think in the most surprising college player from when we watched March Madness was, what's his name, Max Asmus. Oh, remember him?
Yeah, I was never. What school was it?
My God, what school was it? It was Oral Roberts. That's what it was.
Yeah, I remember watching that. It was the first round. Who did they play? I forgot who they played. They were playing one of the higher seeds.
Yeah. Yeah, because there were 15 seeds, so they played. They had to play a big school.
Max Asmus, I wasn't really expecting much. He was a small guard, but this guy was pulling from like NBA range. And it worked.
Yeah, he was 5'7", 5'8", and it worked. And now he got his team to what, Sweet 16? I think it was. Yeah, Sweet 16. And for a school like that like nobody expected everything. I think it was Ohio State probably was the first game.
I think they're the 2 seed.
Oh
yeah, Ohio State, they beat them, I think.
Yeah, it was one of those big schools that he really he just like put them on the back and was like, okay, I'm gonna come up the court, and it just hit logo hash mark threes, and obviously it works. So like that's what the game has turned into, and then you have like bigger guards or like centers that are really late in their careers trying to develop a three.
Lopez developed the three. He's hitting like 38%. Yeah, that's crazy for a guy who was back to the basket his entire career.
Yeah, for the Nets. And Dwight Howard. Have you seen Dwight Howard shoot a three? He's actually attempted. I think he's attempted 5. And this,
it's getting crazy when Willie Cauley-Stein is working on his 3-ball in the offseason. Professor Trill, man.
Oh my God, Willie Trill.
Rick Carlisle needs to unleash him.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like these traditional centers, like
Does Derek Favors shoot threes?
Derek Favors, no, not yet.
He hasn't stepped out yet. I'll completely lose my mind when Gobert starts, taking those threes.
He's actually taking one. He's attempted one this season, and I saw it. I wanted to throw up. We were winning by a lot. I think we were winning by 20 or something. And then he actually stepped out and I think shot one. But it was getting close to the shot clock violation or something. But he shot one, and I wasn't sure whether I wanted to cry or throw up.
I bet Quinn Snyder told him after the game, you better not do that again.
Don't do that again.
You better set that screen.
Yeah, I mean, and then also, like, I don't know, who knows, because the thing is with centers like, obviously like Gobert and Valanciunas and Zubac, is that they don't even have to do anything. Like, they don't have to, like, set screens. Like, I think now the role of centers, especially in this generation, is literally just grab an offensive rebound and set screens. Like, I don't think they're going to set, plays for, like Gobert. He doesn't score unless it's off of alley-oop or offensive rebound. And Valanciunas, like, Memphis actually does put him in the paint because obviously he was stronger than Gobert, so like he just bullied his way in. But like, and then Valanciunas can hit I think he hit 2 or 3 threes last night.
He could definitely shoot it.
He can shoot it.
He was on my fantasy team, so I had to watch the Grizzlies.
He can shoot it. He can get there. But like, again, like Gobert and Zubac is like, all they're there is like, okay, I need you to get double-digit rebounds and have like 5 or 6 screen assists.
Yeah, so like the traditional big, like back to basket, I think that's dying. But what that opened up is like high energy bigs.
Yeah.
Are really good rollers. So like, Time Lord.
Time Lord.
Rashawn Holmes.
Yeah.
Dwight Powell's there. Just guys who set good screens, roll hard, and give their team like vertical spacing.
Yeah.
That helps a lot. And then also guys who are good interior presences on defense.
Yeah.
Because I've been watching the Mavs Clippers, and Clippers just get anything they want at the bucket. But if you have a good center who could, turn away shots, that's very valuable.
Yeah.
Like Gobert.
Yeah, which is kind of actually surprising considering that, they have a 7'4" guy
Don't say
in paint.
K-Pony? Don't say
That was probably one of the funniest things I've ever seen in my life. K-Pony. And
the IKEA lamp.
The IKEA lamp. And the fact that, that he's just a freaking big lamp. And
$25 million to stand in the corner, man.
Stand in the corner.
Hopefully he closes them out, has a good game, but
it's hard. I don't know what it is. Like, he's 7'3". The tallest guy he's been guarded by is...
Problem with him, the reason why smaller guys could guard him, he's so tall. He has, his center of gravity is not the best, so guys could just lean into him, and what's he going to do?
Yeah, that's the thing with these tall guys. It's you have to get stronger. Like
Embiid, he could.
Yeah.
He'll post spin everybody.
Yeah. And then I remember telling you that he's obviously 7'3". I don't understand.
Don't remind me that he's 7'3" every time. I hate it.
It's just
Makes
I
me
don't
mad.
it's just I don't understand. But you see, there's this new. That's what I was gonna say. Remember I was telling you, what if KP goes in the offseason and comes back looking like Giannis? If he comes back looking like Giannis.
That's one thing I've thought of and why I'm not ready for them to trade him is because he really hasn't had a full offseason.
Right.
So he really hasn't been able to add to his bag.
Yeah.
Which I get.
Yeah, because he's been injured.
Yeah. But it's just, when he catches it in the post, his only go-to move is just turn around and shoot. I wish he drove a little bit more, but, his handle isn't the best. I'm telling you, I die every time.
He puts the ball
when he puts the ball down and they just get a hand and that's a lost possession.
Yeah, he comes back looking like Giannis.
They got to change his position in 2K to shooting guard.
He's just a big shooting guard. So then, but then at the same time, you have these we keep saying the traditional big, the back to the basket is dead, right? But then you have these guys out here looking like they're ridiculous. They're again 7'3".
Wait till Chet Holmgren comes into the league.
Chet, just freaks, absolute freaks. Chet Holmgren, Giannis.
Giannis is
freak.
We think it's not crazy because he does it every night, but if you really look at it, he's 6'11".
Yeah.
Moving like that.
6'11", moving like what his team is, a buck, a deer. This dude's.
I don't think anyone else in the world can move like that.
No.
At that height.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. It's just these freaks are coming into the league, and I feel like they've been so. Just obviously fast break heavy or something like that. Giannis kind of gets his points in fast break, but he knows how to work the offense because if he doesn't, he has 4 shooters around him, right? Drew, Middleton, Brooke, and you put Bryn Forbes, Connaughton.
I think Connaughton.
Yeah, and then before Big Ragu's injury, Dante DiVincenzo, they said it on TNT. There was he was called Big Ragu in Villanova. He had him they had all of them spaced out in the corner.
Yeah, no, I watched a little bit of that series, and the Heat were trying to just collapse on him, but this year's different. I think the Bucks, their shooters are hitting.
Yeah, they're hitting.
I mean, if they're hitting, what are you going to do?
Yeah,
and then if you get out to the shooters, Giannis is...
Yeah, he's just too big.
Who's going to stop him? Dwayne Dedman?
Yeah, he's just too big, and it's just it's almost there's so many shooters around this one guy who's a complete freak, who's a crazy wingspan, crazy height. But then, at the same time, it's you have to have a. It's almost you still have to have a post game because if you don't, they can just again collapse on you. So Giannis has a little bit of post game. He can have he has a little drop down step
that helps him pass out to the shooters.
Yeah, because again, his Euro step is so long.
Crazy.
That he can go from his left, turn to his right, do a long Euro step, and then still have the vision to look at Drew in the corner, or Middleton in the other corner.
That's how most offenses are looking right now, you know?
Yeah, it's
4 shooters, and then you got your really good ball handler, and if your team's lucky, you got 2 good ball handlers.
Yeah, it's 1 in 4 out.
And you could just do whatever, go from there.
It's 1 in 4 out, and it's actually ridiculous. Like, I think that's why.
Thanks, Mike D'Antoni.
Yeah, it's Mike. It's Mike. The earliest is Mike D'Antoni, 7 seconds or less, and it's just a lot of shooters.
Yeah, even with Houston.
Yeah, Houston. I mean, Houston didn't hit their shots.
Yeah, that was tragic.
Yeah, it was horrible to see. Is because at this point it's just like, again, like live or die by the 3, and it's if you have one guy that can just go off and go crazy, then you just give him the ball and get out the way, because nobody's gonna double team, nobody's gonna collapse, so you just had to kick out. And so obviously, like in that Rockets team, it was James Harden, and he settled. I feel like looking back at that series,
everyone loves the 3 until it stops going in, and then they start complaining. Oh, take it to the cup.
Yeah,
but then it's too late.
Yeah, it's like they decided to take it to the cup. 7 minutes left in the fourth.
After maybe the 10th missed 3, don't you think they just should have started? Hey, let's penetrate more.
Yeah, the magic is out. Like, in the Jazz game, the first game, the 3s weren't going down, and
did they just keep settling?
I mean, sometimes when they have a good shot.
Bogdan got hot, right?
Yeah, Bojan got hot at the end. Yeah. At the end, but again, it was too late. And obviously, Miles doesn't like this, but it's because we didn't have Donovan on the court. But we're 4-0. We're 4-0. Donovan single-handedly swept the Grizzlies by himself.
Donovan still has bubble nightmares. He's a bubble guppy.
Not anymore. No, that's the Heat. Not anymore. Not anymore. Not anymore. We handled our business in Game 5, and all 3s were going down, and I have a stat for you when we get it later. But, yeah, all 3s were going down, and, I mean, that's the thing with these teams. It's like, okay, you live and die by the 3, but then, again, you have to know when exactly to start penetrating, or you have to have a specific guy.
I feel like the Clippers do that pretty well. You know, they got good shooters, and then you got Kawhi, who just gets in his shot in the mid-range at will. Gets to the bucket. It's just I don't know about them.
Yeah, but I don't know either.
They have a good mix of that, you know, 3s and getting to the hole. But I don't know what they.
I know I don't know what it is. Like they have, when you look at the team on paper, it's like, okay, you have.
It's a great team.
It's on paper. It's a great team. You have one of the best two-way players in the league. In Kawhi and Paul George.
Paul George actually showed up this year a little bit.
Yeah. He's not. I don't know why. After, I think was it last night or after game 4, I went on Twitter and Pandemic P was trending. I'm like, can you give this guy a break?
Yeah, no, I love Paul George slander, but yeah, he's showed up.
He's showed up, right? He's averaging what, 26?
As a Mavs fan, I'll admit that.
Yeah.
His shot's been butter.
Yeah, because I think
he's going 2 of 17 in Game 6.
Because I think the thing with Paul George is that, like, and it's not like he was like this the whole time. He wasn't Pandemic P the whole time. Like, people forget he made the conference finals twice.
Yeah, but it all started when he said, "Y'all haven't met playoff P though." And then Dame said goodbye to him, and
I think, yeah. Like, I just want to know the route where it started. Like, was it when he went to the Thunder?
No, it was after he said, "Y'all haven't met playoff P." And
really?
Yeah, that's when it started. And then he added on to that by saying, "That's a bad shot," when he got game. And then, you know, it wouldn't have been Pandemic P if it wasn't for COVID. But when he hit the side of the backboard and Mike Breen said, "George for 3, way off." I still laugh at that highlight every time, man.
Like,
just
dunk. It was so. I remember watching that and thinking to myself, I'm like, okay, the Clippers.
That's when they died.
Yeah, because I mean, the Clippers are up again 3-1 against the Nuggets, and I mean the Nuggets. A lot of people like to call the Nuggets a fluke. Or a lot of things in the bubble.
I like Jokic.
But, yeah, Jokic is the MVP, I think, in both of our opinions.
Definitely.
And like it's just not because he has proven. That's the dog. We're gonna cut it out. It's okay. And then, so, he has already proven that he can carry a team. I mean, he didn't have Jamal Murray for the second half of the season, and
I know he was so tired in that double OT game.
yeah, he's. I mean, he's lost some weight, but he's still a big man, and
he treated himself. He ate good.
yeah, I mean, all these players spend $1 million on their body. Like
no, Jokic.
Yeah,
Jokic drinks Coke for breakfast.
Jokic. After a long day of grinding Team Affinities on MLB The Show, I feel like I deserve some treatment. I deserve an ice bath. I deserve that gun, the massage gun.
Kind of sidetracking here. MLB The Show, when Team Affinity came out, I had an adult diaper on that entire weekend, and I'd ring a bell for my mom to change my diaper.
No, that's meant for private.
Back to the NBA talk.
Yeah, back to the NBA talk.
My fault.
I
just get excited when I hear MLB
The Show. But yeah, so Jokic definitely has proof that he is somebody who can for sure carry a team.
Do you want to get into that series right now?
Yeah. So again, like earlier, like I said, I'm pretty sure this is the time to get into the Denver-Portland series. So
it's been a pretty good series. Portland takes game 1. Game 2, Nuggets take that. Game 3, Nuggets take that again. Blazers come back game 4 win. And then game 5, the Damian Lillard game. But, CJ McCollum had to step out of bounds, got a size 13. But, the Nuggets came out of there in double OT. It's going to be fun these last 2 games if it goes to 7.
Yeah, I do not doubt that it'll go to 7. It'll be like a really good game 7.
And it's going to be those games where each team just trade possessions. They're just going to go bucket for bucket for bucket.
Yeah, and I totally would, if I was on FanDuel, to put my money on another 50 piece from Damian Lillard if it goes to 7. And for sure, like a 30-point triple-double from Jokic that game. And then, so what happened was for game 5 of that series, I was actually really, because I kept going on Twitter because it was the same game as the game 5 Lakers Suns.
I was watching the Lakers Suns and I was just getting a bunch of, I know the Lakers Suns was a blow up, but there's nothing I love more than tears of Laker fans. But I was getting the Twitter notifications and it was like, Dame, you're not real, like all that.
Yeah. And I was seeing,
oh, he did it again.
Yeah, I was seeing KD's, tweets saying
he put his full government name in.
This is he said Damien, was it Eatwell, something like that. Man. But I was like, what is this?
He had to have Googled that.
Yeah. There's no way he knows Damien's full name. Yeah. And that he was a spiritual experience.
Definitely.
And for those like me who don't have NBA TV,
come on, NBA. Adam Silver, why? Playoffs should not be on NBA TV. I'm sorry.
It shouldn't, right? They have to make space. It's like put the game on
the first round book, like the MVP.
Yeah.
Dame, like.
Yeah, there are times.
And they did it with Suns, Lakers, and they put the Mavs, Clippers at the same time.
Yeah. So nobody wants that. Everybody wants.
We wanted to see both.
Yeah, everybody wanted to see both. I go on Twitter and. For that same day, and I was like, why? Like I saw that SpongeBob meme where it's like he's looking 2 different ways. That one, trying to keep track of Kawhi because I'm pretty sure Kawhi. I think that game was going off. He had shot 70% from the field.
I don't like talking about that.
Y'all lost that game, right? Was that game 3?
Was it game 2? Or was it the same time?
Yeah.
No, we won game 2.
Oh yeah, game 2 because you guys are trading. You guys can't protect home court. I don't know what it is.
We love Staples Center.
I think you know what it is. I think what needs to happen. I think for Luka to unlock his full potential is to go to the Clippers or the Lakers and play in Staples Center.
Don't say
if that happens.
No, I think what Mark Cuban told me. He told me he's gonna put Clipper shirts in the AAC and we're gonna paint the court red and blue. So yeah, we're closing around 6.
Yeah, I think what Luka hates the most is probably it's just. I think the Clippers their city jerseys.
Oh, the
That's
GTA font.
Yeah, the GTA font.
The Los Santos.
Yeah, I think that's when he sees red. I'm pretty sure.
That's weird. I think what happens to the Mavs at home is we're too loud. Kind of psyched them out.
We were too loud.
It happens.
Yeah, it's too loud, and then you go back to LA and you see cardboard cutouts.
They don't have fans.
I don't know why. The staple when Lakers games come here, like today or tonight at 7:30, it's Lakers Suns. They have 8,000 or they have 10,000, somewhere around there.
Yeah, there's a lot of cutouts, guys. I was there. Luka's getting MVP chance. Like Clippers fans, is this your fan base?
What?
Steve Ballmer, let's go.
I know. Like I was what I think that what it is that they just have to get out. They just have to get him out.
Yeah, but
They have to get him out of Staples Center. I think that's the only way they get actual. Because I feel like if you want for Kawhi or Paul George to be more, I guess, like be considered actual stars and not like get trolled on and get shit on all the time, then I feel like you have to get them out of there. You have to get them somewhere because they'll have their own market to deal with, and like.
But the only reason I think Kawhi's not leaving, I mean, he's been wanting to come home for the longest. So I mean, he's just gonna go to Miami.
He might. I think.
I don't know.
I think he's going to Miami.
He just bought a new house up in the hills, hidden hills. I mean,
they signed. You realize.
If anything, I think Paul George leaves. I think they trade him, but yeah, the Clippers, if they lose this first round, they're looking down bad. They don't have no picks.
Yeah,
no picks.
It's just no picks. They have nothing to build off of. Like, okay, let's say Kawhi leaves to Miami or Golden State or whatever. Let's say Paul George gets traded or somewhere.
You can't even start over.
You can't.
Unless you get the picks for Kawhi and them, but
like what's your future? Like, okay, I see a duo of Terrence Mann and Zubac, but like, what else?
Don't say Terrence Mann.
That's probably gonna be the best duo in the NBA at some point. Terrence Mann. Terrence Mann.
No, the reason they're losing is because they don't have JaMychal Green.
JaMychal Green. You're a big JaMychal Green fan.
I love me some JaMychal Green. I don't know why. It's just big and shoot. Pause.
Yeah. And again, like we were saying earlier, he was another one who's kind of set the blueprint of like you defend, you rebound, and you shoot 500 threes a day, and that's it. So like again, Jokic right now in the series is averaging 32, 11 and 5. 11 and 4, on almost a block. And he doesn't get blocks. He's averaging 0.8 of a block.
But you could see here, he only has 4 assists, and I think that's with Portland, really trying to...
Yeah.
They're letting Jokic get his.
Yeah.
They're really trying to stop Porter, Aaron Gordon from them getting going, and, Jokic setting them up.
Yeah, because all it is, the only person to help Jokic right now is
Did you see the pass in overtime? It was double OT. Jokic was posting up. He got the double.
Uh-huh.
I think, who was it? I forgot. Someone cut. Covington went with him, and then Jokic hit the skip pass to the corner to Porter.
No.
You didn't watch that? Oh.
No, I'm telling you. A person for me who doesn't have NBA TV got so sad to see that I didn't get to see that game because I like Jokic a lot, and I wanted to see that game. And again, it was Damian Lillard's night, but I guess
that pass by Jokic, I was like... Yeah, that's a bad man.
That the passes this guy makes is actually ridiculous. Like, he has, and obviously he's carrying the load. Like, he has almost double the next closest scorer in amount of points in the series. Like, Jokic has 162 points. Michael Porter has a total of 87.
Hey, Porter's nice. I really like Porter.
And Porter is starting to get there. Like, next
year I think he's gonna have a breakout year.
Yeah, and then
he's probably gonna average like 20. Murray's going to be there too.
Yeah, then you have Murray in the comeback, and you have...
It's a scary team.
Yeah, it's scary. And even at that, they're a 3 seed.
That's crazy.
They're a 3 seed. And, everybody was thinking that, like, okay, because this is actually... I feel like this is Michael Porter's breakout year. And then next year is when he'll actually, like, have more, like, of an output. Because, obviously, like, they're actually trying for a push. Because I feel like... the next come up, I wouldn't be surprised if next season we look at the standings and it's like Utah again, Dallas, the Nuggets as 1, 2, 3 in whatever order. Like, I'm not surprised, honestly.
Do you You want to talk about Portland's defense? Because
Portland's defense.
it's like, what's that cheese? It's like Swiss cheese.
What? They just keep switching everything?
No, like Swiss. Like
Swiss?
There's holes everywhere. Yeah. Look at the defensive rating. Cancer, 127 defensive rating. This entire team. They can't defend.
Yeah.
Lillard 124. I mean, we know he can't defend. McCollum 125. Powell 125.
Yeah. They're all over 100.
Nurkic is their best defender at 116.
Yeah.
But he gets in foul trouble. I just don't see how they could pull out the win in a series.
But I think their thing is like,
well, let's just outscore them.
Yeah. Probably because
they don't play defense.
Yeah, because they understand like, okay, Nurkic can play. Like Nurkic can somewhat play. But obviously, as we've seen, like, again, like, props to Jokic because obviously he's one of the best big men in the game. But, like, you got to put a body on him. And I feel like Nurkic, like, can, but, like, it's just impossible.
He fouls.
Yeah, because you can't guard somebody who can pass out the post like that.
You bring the double late, he's finding them. You bring it early, someone's cutting.
Yeah, like right now, Denver. Oh, that's the worst step.
Look at Denver. They're shooting 40% from threes a team.
Yeah, and look, what's weird is that you're talking about the defense. This is what's weird. Denver's up 3-2 in the series right now, right?
Yeah.
They're averaging only 119.8 points per game, while Portland is averaging 120.4, and they're down.
It's a lot of offense.
Yeah, it's a lot of offense, and
even Denver's not playing defense.
Yeah, Jokic is, defensive rating 122. Yeah. Their best defender right now is
JaVale McGee.
Shaq in a fool.
Nah, he's gonna get mad at us.
Tragic Bronson.
You can't say he's gonna get mad at us.
He's gonna come after us on Twitter.
Google me, Chuck.
If JaVale, you do want to get out to us, the Twitter will be in the socials. I mean, description, and our Instagram and our Tiki Talk, mostly. Maybe we'll have a Tiki Talk.
I hope we get a sponsorship by Jimmy's coffee.
Jimmy's Coffee Shop.
He's locked in.
People said that, not people said, but I saw a meme that was like Jimmy Butler. The NBA is going to have an investigation on Jimmy Butler's coffee. If there were steroids, and that's why they made the finals that year.
So, who do you think's taking the series, Denver and Portland?
I don't know. This is for sure a Game 7. And I think it's just, honestly, this is one of those series where it's just like, okay, it's one guy, right? It's one guy. Where Portland is just Dame, right? And then Denver is just Jokic. So it's just either which, I know it's just impossible, but which you can stop first. I feel like, because Jokic is averaging, again, like I said, 32 on 35 minutes, while Damian Lillard is averaging 35.5 on 40. So it's just which you can stop. Because, you have CJ McCollum is putting at 20. You have 5 guys averaging double digits for Portland. 12, 13. So it's Melo with 12, Nurkic with 13, Norman Powell with 17, and McCollum with 20. And then you have Denver on the other side, who has...
They got 5 guys.
They still got 5 guys over double digits. You have Austin Rivers averaging 12. You have Aaron Gordon averaging 12.
Look at Facundo.
Yeah.
Facundo's a dog.
I love me some Facundo. He's gonna set the standard for like small guys like me.
I wish Trey Burke played with heart like that.
Trey Burke. Like you gotta have a Facundo Campazzo somewhere in your team, or else like imagine Facundo Campazzo.
He's such a pass.
Yeah. Yeah, I love this. I love to watch him.
And he's fundamentally sound. He's what we want in a point guard.
Yeah, all these European players can play. Yeah. All these European players, they have dog because they understand that like in the European game, that it's like you have to be fundamentally sound because they obviously it's not the same offense that they run here in the NBA. So it's like they have to be defensively sound because over there it's just pure team. It's just team. There's no I in team.
Yeah.
But there's a me in team.
Wow.
But yeah, it's just which guy.
I'm gonna go the other route. I say Denver closes out tonight.
Really?
Yeah, it's gonna be close, but I think Dame gave it all he had.
You think he's done? Like he's tired?
He's gonna give him 40, but I think they had to win that game, Portland, and now I think Denver's just gonna close them out. It's gonna be a good game though.
It's gonna be a good game. It's gonna be a really good game.
And I'd be happy if it went to 7, but I think I think Denver takes it tonight.
Okay, yeah. I mean,
So you got them in 7, or you
I have Denver in 7.
Okay,
I
I have
think.
Denver in 6.
Yeah. So I mean, we both had Denver. Like I knew going into this when I saw the playoff bracket, I was like, okay, Denver will probably take this. But I know, obviously, like Dame and CJ, like they're gonna do their thing.
Yeah.
Because like every series that Portland has been involved in, has been like somewhat competitive.
Yeah.
Like they've either won the series or like made it a series. Like I think, what was it? 2 years ago, I think Denver and Portland played each other.
Yeah,
I think.
that was the year they had that quadruple OT.
Yeah, and so they've had close games. So I knew that going into the series, like it's going to be close because they're like they're like kind of equally matched almost, and it's just like they have one guy, and then they have a complimentary guy, and then they have role players. So like again in that series, it was
the makeup's kind of the same. You know,
Yeah.
They got that one guy who's bringing the ball up the court, Jokic and Dame,
yeah.
and the guys around him.
Yeah, and then like the complimentary players that time was Jamal, and then the complimentary players
I think if
obviously
Jamal was
CJ.
there, I think that they would have closed it out in 5.
Oh yeah, that's for sure. I'm pretty sure, but yeah, it's just like I have him in 7 because I feel like Damian will probably go again because I know he wants to protect home court.
Yeah.
But then like for Game 7 especially, it's just who can stop who, and then just make the role players, just stop us because I think the whole game plan for both of these teams is like let the star get his, and then but don't let anybody help.
Yeah.
Because that has to be it. And
Yeah, so I'm going Nuggets in 6, and Terry Stotts gets fired this offseason.
Terry Stotts gets fired.
Yeah, I think they've had enough.
I think if Portland is done, which we both say where they are, Terry Stotts gets fired. The thing is with Damian is
Dame's gonna stay the rest.
You think he's gonna stay?
Yeah. I think he's that guy. Like he has loyalty in him.
I know he has loyalty.
And he really wants to win with Portland, which I respect.
I respect too.
You don't see that.
But I feel like I mean, we are called Basketball Operations Podcast for a freaking reason. So when we go in the off season, we're gonna, try to do a rebuild on their team and see what happens. But, obviously that front office, I feel like, how long has Damian Lillard been? 12 years, 13 years, or 14?
No, 10.
10. Okay, 10. And
No, 8.
8. Okay.
8 years.
So they've had him for 4 with that one team that was like a young Wesley Matthews,
LA,
LaMarcus Aldridge, Batum was there. They had that was an okay team. I thought that was like a really good. Like I was watching them, I was like, this team could probably compete. But I don't know what it is. They it's not even that they're bad in certain areas or they have no offense to get generated from, or there's no defense. It's just more like they just get overmatched every year by somebody.
They have the offense. It's just can they stop the other team?
It's just and they tried to get guys.
Yeah, they got Covington.
Yeah, that's one, and then you have Nurkic that I guess couldn't. In the bubble, he couldn't even stop Dwight Howard or JaVale McGee for some reason, and they played each other. And
they even got Norman Powell. It should be working, but it just isn't.
Yeah, Norman Powell was a underrated pickup.
I think they should just keep Gary Trent.
They should. I don't know, because Gary Trent's gonna get some run, or maybe they just thought that hey, let's trade him and
keep building.
Yeah, we're in win now mode, because they know Damian Lillard is 30. They know Damian Lillard is 30, and he's at the point where okay, he is loyal and everything, but at some point he's gonna want to go, right? Dirk stayed.
I think not. I think Damian's gonna stay there unless they trade him. He's not gonna sign anywhere else. You saw what he said. I forgot what he said. He told Paul George or someone. He's like, "Y'all run away from the grind" or something like that. I just think he's that type of guy who wants to stay.
I think he is that type of guy, but obviously, let's go with Dirk, right? He was in 2011. How old was he? 30?
33.
33, right? Okay, yeah. So he stayed for a while, but then he won one, right? And it was a hard-fought win. It was one of the best championship runs I've ever seen. And
he could have went ring chasing after that, but
He could have won ring chasing before that.
But he said no. He left so much money on the table.
Yeah.
I just think Dame's gonna be like that too.
Yeah, but I feel like at some point, like, he's gonna, as any player, he wants to win. And, like, I know he wants to win in Portland, but, like, if he's at the age of, like, 34, 35, like, you gotta do something. Or maybe they just get rid of CJ and grab someone else. I don't know, because I feel like CJ will always be
or Dame might be on that list with, like, Charles Barkley on greatest players to never win a ring.
Yeah.
Which would be sad, but...
It would be sad because he's one of these players that, like... And it actually kind of
I feel like that shouldn't define his legacy,
It shouldn't.
He stayed loyal.
Yeah.
One of the best point guards of this generation.
And that's the one thing people are going to remember him for. He's going to be in the conversation of, like, Dirk and Kobe of, like, just being loyal and just staying with your team.
Yeah.
But then, also the bad part is,
I wish we got back to that. Because, like, back then, each player had their team, and, like, you could really identify that team and that player together.
Yeah.
But now it's, like, you got guys team hopping.
And that's the thing, is, like, I was watching First Take, like, at 2 in the morning, and I was hearing... Well, by the way, for our viewers, our listeners, and viewers, because it's going to go on YouTube as well, we're not like First Take or any of these other shows. We're not like that. We don't just, have differing opinions just for content. If we agree, we agree. If we disagree, we disagree. And we're going to go more in depth because I know they just bring up numbers and just start screaming.
The brother cannot play.
Stay off the weed.
Shout out to Kwame, bro.
Kwame, don't come at us on your IG log, please.
Kwame, you can come on the podcast.
You can come on the pod if you need some.
I would love to hear stories.
Yeah, about Kobe and Jordan. Just ask how they abused him, verbally abused him, stuff like that. Like, come on, man. Anyway,
you want to get into the next series? Or you want to?
Yeah, You want
to get into Phoenix?
Yeah, we'll go on the Phoenix, we'll go on the Phoenix, and then, but just as I was saying, Damian Lillard, like, he's gonna be in that conversation, but then it's also gonna be sad that he's gonna be in the conversation of, like, best players to never win a ring, and, like, it's gonna suck because, like, it also sucks that he got into he was in the same generation as Curry, because, like, he shoots the same shots.
That Curry fan base versus Dame fan bases.
It's hot.
It's so toxic.
Because Curry plays in Dame Lillard's hometown.
If you put Lillard there and Golden State, he wins too.
Yeah.
I think. But those two fan bases, they go at each other.
They hate each other because it's like, oh, Dame shoots the same shots but better, and it's like you go into field goal percentages and 3-point percentages.
And then it's like, oh, Curry has rings.
Yeah. And that's the thing. That's the thing that's always going to set Damian Lillard back. It's like, that the dude can shoot the same shots as Curry. It's just that one has 3 and one has none.
Yeah.
Okay, so... Okay, now time for Phoenix.
I love this.
Lakers, and this is gonna be great. I think... Well, yeah, so going back from the last game... Right, so it's Denver at 4:30 tonight, and then it's Phoenix and Lakers at 7:30, right?
Yep.
So watching Game 4 of Phoenix,
Game 4, or Game 5.
Game 5 was probably one of the most saddest things I've ever watched.
I had fun.
I had fun watching it because I like seeing Laker fan tears, but. It was honestly one of the saddest things I have seen.
I'm not going to lie. If I was LeBron, I'd walk out too. Did you see the play where, who was it? It was Caruso? Or was it the other way? Caruso to KCP? He tried to fill in the ball into the bucket, and he just threw it off the glass, shattered the backboard.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, they're not winning this game.
Yeah, there were tells in, like, the like, first 3 minutes in
their body language.
Quarter. Yeah, they didn't want to come out and play. It just felt like, okay, we don't have AD, we're done.
And even throughout the game, like, they just were so hesitant to shoot.
I know.
Me, and you, and Dennis Schroeder.
We did the same thing.
Dennis Schroeder, man.
He turned down $84 million. He was like, okay, you know what? Let me put up a goose egg.
Detroit's gonna give him 100.
Yeah, let me put a goose egg and let me get 100 from Detroit. Like, what? It doesn't make any sense.
He's going to. Who else is poverty?
Charlotte? I guess.
Nah, they're building something there. Schroeder messed that up.
Yeah,
just send him to Detroit.
Yeah, it's just Detroit.
Him to Jeremy Grant.
Yeah, I feel like every other team has somewhat of a decent future.
No. Send him to Orlando.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, there it is. Send him to freaking Orlando, where you have Cole Anthony and Dennis Schroeder, one of the most lethal backcourts in the NBA.
Yeah, but no, Phoenix was definitely daring the Lakers to shoot the ball.
Yeah. Because
and once they saw that they were passing out open looks, pump faking, they're like, oh yeah, they're hesitant. They're not gonna shoot that.
Yeah, they were playing into their hands, and obviously, it helps having Devin Booker go out for 15, 16 first quarter points.
He was hitting some ridiculous shots.
Yeah,
he hit that 1-and-1, or I don't know what he did.
There were two. Where one, he pump faked, went into Marcus Gasol and just threw it up like quick shot.
Everything was just going right for them.
And then one where he drove in and he tripped on Caruso's leg and just freaking circus shot it and it went in. I'm like, yeah, they aren't winning the game. I mean, they're winning the game.
And the only guy who really was making their threes on LA's side was LeBron.
Yeah,
he was even setting the guys up.
Yeah, and there was one play where it was LeBron passing it to KCP. The dude was wide open. I don't know if his knee hurt or something, or he didn't shoot enough threes that day, or he didn't warm up, or whatever. He didn't shoot it, and I was just like.
We even saw LeBron a couple games ago. Did you see that clip where he got into KCP in the huddle and said,
"Yeah,
I'm not mad. I'm not gonna be mad if you miss. I'm mad that you didn't shoot it. Shoot the ball.
Yeah,
that's why you're here."
And I feel like KCP is one in out the other. And for some reason, you're in a game 5, it's a pivotal game 5.
You needed that one.
You need to just put up the shot, even if it doesn't go in. You have to put up the shot because that means that the Phoenix defense are going to play you honest, and that creates more for LeBron anyway.
Yeah.
So when he didn't shoot that, and Caruso didn't shoot, or Caruso wasn't
they were playing hot potato.
Yeah, and Schroeder was just throwing up whatever, and it wasn't going in. And then, I mean, honestly, the only bright spot for the Lakers in Game 5 was just
the
LeBron.
the first 2 minutes.
The first 2 minutes when they kept it somewhat close, and because LeBron was you know what, let me hit a fuck you 3.
Fuck you 3.
And then he had he made 3 or 4 in the first quarter.
I think it was 3 or 10 at the half, and then made a couple threes in the second half. Mm-hmm. And that was it. There wasn't really too much for them.
And that was it. Yeah.
And I don't know why they even went out to get Montrez.
I know.
He's just sitting on the bench.
Play
him when Aiden's out there. Do something.
I know. What I'm trying to find his salary. He got paid 60. 64.
Yeah, I think he's getting 18 mil a year.
Yeah, 64 3 years or something like that.
He could have been in Charlotte.
He could have been in Charlotte. He could have stayed for the Clippers.
Yeah, but he wanted to get back at.
He wanted to get a ring. That's what it was. Because he was like, you know what, Kawhi can't do it. Let me go LeBron. So, you think that's what his mindset was? You think that was what he was saying?
I remember how at the end there was that whole Clipper team. You kind of saw everything coming to light. They all hate each other. I guess he just wanted to fuck you, Kawhi.
Yeah.
I'm going to play LeBron.
Yeah, I think that was more.
It's not really working. Dude's getting DNPs.
I don't know why. I don't understand it.
He's a good energy guy.
Yeah, he's making right now. Yeah, $9 million a year. $9 million a year. I'm not sure that.
It's 3 years.
Details. 3 years, right?
Something like that, 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, $9 million to get DNPs in the playoffs.
Even on the Lakers standpoint, if you don't want to play him, you gotta play him to get his trade value up.
Yeah, he was a 6th man of the year in 2018.
Yeah.
And a runner-up in 2019.
Yeah.
I think. Or was it 2019 when he won? I don't remember, but I think that's when he won. And I'm looking here at the team, and there are areas to put him in. He's, first on the Lakers in field goal percentage. He's first on the Lakers in 2-point field goal percentage. He's first in true shooting. He's first in effective field goal percentage. Win shares per 48, offensive rating, and offensive rebound percentage. And then all the other stats are LeBron. I don't understand.
I think Frank Vogel just likes that spacing lineup with Gasol.
I know, but if you have Aiden beating you up, just beating you up.
That's true. I think he's going to beat up Harold too.
Right, but I mean, what would you rather take? Because I feel like, if anything, Aiden and Harold could probably be trading buckets.
Probably.
Because I feel like Harrell, once he gets in the dunker spot,
restricted area,
he just throws it up and it goes
he's
in.
real explosive down there.
He can dunk. He gets to the free throw line. I think what's he shooting from the free throw line? I think he's like a 70. What is he? He's a 70. 70% from the free throw line.
That's better than Drummond.
It's better than Drummond's. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And I'm all here for Drummond slander.
Laker fans are treating that transaction like he was gonna.
They
Treat it like he's gonna drop 20 and 20 every night.
You have no idea.
And I think Laker fans are starting to realize there's a reason he was rotting in Cleveland.
And in Detroit.
Yeah.
And I got so.
We
I'm
got.
not even angry.
Yeah.
I was like, because I just saw so many retweets of the Genie Bus picture with Kareem, and I was like, dude.
Andre Abdul-Jabbar.
Andre Abdul-Jabbar. They really thought that this guy, Andre Drummond, doesn't have anything in his offensive bag. His bag is as deep as my purse, and I don't have a purse.
That's crazy. I can't believe you said that.
I don't. It's that little change bags.
Yeah.
The little change. That's the size of his freaking offensive
little
bag.
handhelds.
Little handheld bags. It's the size of his offensive bag.
No, you know what his go-to move is? It's rebound my brick and put it back up. That's his move.
And he can't even do that. He has I think we were checking it one day. His field goal percentage, within a certain range, and he's shooting. Just think about this. I think there was a point where Curry shot better from 3
than he did
than Andre Drummond did from 3 feet away from the basket.
That's actually really bad.
And not many people know this, and that's why people thought that this guy. Because I think the thing is that obviously helped these Laker fans gain confidence that this guy was going to do something, was that since Detroit,
they saw those numbers, they saw those rebound numbers.
Yeah, it was like, oh shit, yeah.
Is that a 14?
Yeah, we fucking need that. Oh my god, we have nobody over double digits in our team, so we fucking need that. Come on, he's just gonna grab LeBron's fadeaways and threes, and Anthony Davis fadeaways and threes, and just put it back up. But the dude can't. Even at that, his only job on the court is to rebound and put it back up. And there are possessions. I think there was one possession. I forgot what it was in Game 3 or Game 4. Somewhere. I'm not Game 3. Games. I think 2 when it was close. And the dude had 5 tip-ins. 5 attempts. 5 or 4 tip-ins. And they were all just rolling out the rim. Like, okay, you're the tallest guy in the court. I think Aiden's 7 feet, right? And Drummond's 7 foot.
Yeah.
Okay, if you're listening, if you want to go critical, apparently Andre Drummond's 6'11", but he's not 6'11".
He really has a good frame too.
He's
wide
big.
body.
I don't get it. And he has one of the worst hands off the pick and roll.
He has brick hands, man.
Worst hands off the pick and roll.
He has cylinder block hands. He has Eric Dampier hands.
Like LeBron can't get a pass to him because it's just drop. It's just like, oh, here's the ball. Got butter on his hands, and I don't understand why. Like, it's your only job to catch pick and rolls, because I think if that happens, it obviously opens up the game. But like, I just don't get it. I just don't get it. And I feel like if he's not doing what he's supposed to do, like, okay, he's
shooting 59%. No. Yeah, he's shooting 59%, but I mean.
Yeah, he's averaging. He's not even. Wait.
He's shooting 59%.
He's averaging 11 boards.
Yeah, 9 and 11.
9 and 11, which. I mean, if I guess.
That's not Andre Abdul-Jabbar though.
Yeah, that's what I was promised. I knew Drummond before.
Yeah.
I knew Drummond what he was. We both knew Drummond for what he was.
Like, I wanted him in Dallas, but I wanted him just to be like a big body there.
But seeing him now, it's like I don't want him anymore.
I don't know.
It's just like, okay, I have a big body down in the post. That's it.
Yeah, I mean.
Like that's all he's meant for. It's just like, okay, let me have a big body in the post. That's it. And it's actually saddening because like you're just meant to grab boards.
He literally has the tools.
He has tools.
He'd be such. I don't know.
And I think it also I don't know what it is, but for some reason I have yet to see a lob to him.
Yeah, that's what I want him to be in Dallas. Just set the picks and roll.
Yeah,
Don't get in the post.
You have one of the best playmakers.
We don't need that
ever.
Yes.
In LeBron, and I'm pretty sure they have run more post plays for him, in like a 6 seconds left in the shot clock, than they have lobs to him. Like have you seen a lob to him?
Not in the. I haven't really watched all games of the series.
I don't think I've seen one.
I don't think I've seen one.
I don't think I've seen one.
He's a good cheerleader. You saw him when LeBron was.
My goons on the bench. He was one of the goons.
Hashtag James Gunn.
Like, I have yet to see a lob, and it's actually like I don't know what it is. Like maybe they just don't want to go in the offense, or anything. Like they probably just told him in the locker room. It's like, hey, just grab some boards, try to guard DeAndre Ayton, or try to guard Chris Paul pick and roll, even though it's like completely impossible.
Yeah.
And like that's it. That's the only job. But then like he's just like at some point, especially for Game 5, like he gets run. Even with a traditional center, DeAndre Ayton, he still gets run off the court. He can't. He just can't play.
Yeah. No. If AD doesn't play tonight,
they're done.
I have a hard time seeing how the Lakers pull this one out.
They're done.
Unless LeBron has another.
No.
Wait, I thought he was gonna do that Game 5.
Yeah. I got promised. I was promised by Laker fans on Twitter saying, "Uh-oh, LeBron got the eyes."
I thought it was too, but then his teammates.
LeBron got the eyes. He got the 2018 eyes. And I earlier before you came, I was watching clips of Lake Show Yo, right? Lake Show Yo.
Come on, man.
He was like, I think he said something in Game 5. He was like, "Yeah, we're gonna see 2018 LeBron. He's gonna put up a 40-point triple double."
That's what I thought.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I was.
I was hoping to see that.
Yeah, I wanted to see one of the greatest playoff performances ever, and he puts up what 20. I mean, he still puts up good numbers for what he is.
Like 19.
His career average.
Yeah.
I think it was like 26. No, I think it was 26. 6-5 or something like that.
Something like that.
Something like that.
I thought it was gonna go like 51, 8 and 8.
Yeah, but
I think it's the ankle, man.
I think that's what I think too. I think the age, because Father Time always stays undefeated.
He ain't no Tom Brady.
Yeah, I mean the thing is.
I mean, it's kind of sad to say.
Yeah.
One of the best of our generation.
Yeah.
I hope it's not true. That last game, he had 24, 5 and 7.
Yeah, which is his career averages. 9 of 19. I mean, 19 shots in a game when you're by yourself.
Schroeder, Caldwell Pope, starting backcourt combined for no points.
Zero.
Taylor Horton-Tucker, 11 and 11. I mean, garbage time minutes.
Yeah, but he still had more than Schroeder.
Yeah.
And I don't understand also that Taylor Horton-Tucker thing, because
Kyle Lowry.
Yeah, they wanted to trade him for Kyle Lowry because they were win now mode, and that was what they were proposing. And the Lakers turned it down because they saw a future, but so that tells me that Rob Pelinka prioritized the future after LeBron with Anthony Davis rather than win now and get back-to-back championships or possibly maybe three-peat. Because Kyle Lowry is 36, 37, I think.
Yeah.
Somewhere around there. Like, he's getting there. So, like, he could have helped, but you didn't pull the trigger. And so now, again, one of your biggest off-season signings in Harrell, and then your future, they're just DNPs on the bench. And it doesn't make any sense. So, like, if you're not going to play them, then, like, it doesn't make any sense. Because I had a thing where, like, okay, Taylor Horton-Tucker can get traded to Toronto. And then once Kyle Lowry retires or whatever, because he's probably going to sign, like, what? Maybe, like, after that, like, a 1-year player option, whatever.
Yeah, 1+1.
Yeah, 1+1 option. And then he's, 39? And he's done, he retires. And you can get him back.
Yeah. Yeah, so, if AD doesn't play tonight, I think the Suns close this one out.
Yeah.
If AD does play, there's a chance.
I don't think
I still think the Suns close this out. And, honestly, I have to say I do feel bad for Lakers fans because they were looking good before the LeBron injury. And then
I had a grown man fall on my ankle.
Once Solomon Hill did his thing.
Don't blame it on Solomon Hill.
I mean, yeah, it's a basket. I mean, playing hard. Respect that.
It's a basketball
Wait,
play.
I think that's the turning point of the year when LeBron got hurt, and then AD or
He's
Data Davis.
Data Davis, man. He's.
I don't know. I don't think they're coming out of this series.
Yeah, I don't think so. He's only played. I saw a stat. He's only played. I think 26 games this whole season, out of 72. He's only played 26.
Is that true? Let's see.
I think it's 26. It's 20s.
That's gonna be tough.
Double check me, but
He
26.
played 36 out of the
36.
72 games.
Yeah, 36. Okay, I know it was a 6.
We gotta start the AD.
36.
AD isn't
He's
fragile. He's more fragile than KP.
Yeah, there was a stat that you told me that Anthony Davis has actually missed more games than KP.
Yeah.
He's missed more.
I don't know what happened. I think he's on the championship high still. Loves playing the GTA roleplay.
The GTA role, yeah. It's like, you know what? My Achilles tendinosis. My Achilles is deteriorating. So let me play some GTA where I can. What? He shot Curry in the face or some shit, huh? Wasn't that? It was like
something like that. I think I saw it.
Shot Curry in the face or
For
something.
some reason, House of Highlights posted that.
I know, it's just like it. Okay, the dude is getting like the Lakers are getting like the Lakers need more media coverage. So let's post Anthony Davis GTA. But I still think if he does play,
they're not winning.
they're not winning because like we've already seen it with Anthony Davis that even when he is healthy, he doesn't want to be aggressive. Like he has to have the whole world turned against him in order for him to be aggressive.
I had people telling me it was better than Tim Duncan. I don't want to say any names, but
I know. He had 1-1.
I don't know. Hopefully,
Timmy won 5.
Hopefully the Laker. I mean, not a Laker fan, but I don't know. LeBron's gonna be what, 37?
37. He's 36 right now, yeah.
AD needs to realize that, and I feel like he needs to, shoulder a little bit more of the load. I think he's playing off of LeBron, and LeBron's 36. You're the young superstar.
He's 27. Anthony Davis is 27. But like again, it's like he is 27, but he has a body of like a 40-year-old. The dude can't catch a break, and like I researched that Achilles tendinosis thing. It is like legit a deterioration of your Achilles, and like that's just an Achilles tear waiting to happen at some point. And so like if he like, I know that's in the medical staff's mind, and like it has to be.
Yeah.
So, like even with the groin, and obviously this Achilles tendinosis, like dude could pull more, it just hurt more, and like it's almost like the dude has to be in a bubble every time he plays, and like it sucks. Like the dude has to be wrapped in bubble wrap or pillows or something, because the dude averages about 2 or 3 career-ending injuries a game.
He's always holding something.
He's holding something, and
maybe we're wrong on LeBron.
Maybe LeBron actually gives me what we were promised, because again I was
never
saddened.
Lost in the first round.
Yeah.
Well, no, well I don't know.
Because I was saddened when I missed a great Damian Lillard performance in Jokic game to watch a blowout.
Yeah.
I was ready.
I was ready too.
And then had the popcorn out.
Yeah,
I had my phone out. I had Twitter open on my phone to see all the retweets of LeBron dunking, and LeBron is like, oh, we're seeing flashbacks to 2018 LeBron. And all that stuff.
And then 4 minutes passed in the first quarter.
4 minutes passed in the first quarter. They were up 20. I'm like, God damn. And I have no idea how to put, because I don't have NBA TV, so I don't know how to put Nuggets game.
Shout out to Buff Streams. Shout out to Buff Streams.
Buff Streams. Yeah, if there are games that are not on national TV, Buff Streams, NBA Stream.tv, all those places. Not sponsored. And, so yeah, I mean Anthony Davis this series averaged 21, 8, and 3, a steal and 2 blocks. So I mean, because Drummond, who should be the big guy in the court, right, is only averaging 0.6 a block. That's not what should happen if you're 7 foot.
He's not a defender.
He's not a defender. And then you have Anthony Davis, who had missed 1 game, and still averaging 2 blocks. So again, like there's paint, like there's not only like offensive, but there's paint presence with him, and like
they miss. I think they should just kept AD at the 5.
Yeah,
when he was healthy, like last year.
That's why I was very surprised when I saw in the offseason that they were letting go of Dwight and JaVale, and then still getting more centers because because at some point when you got Drummond in the deadline the was it the buyout deadline, I was actually very surprised because I was like, why? Because even though Anthony Davis doesn't like playing at the 5, I think he said he doesn't like playing at the 5, right? I think he said he doesn't like playing at the 5.
He wants to play at the 4.
I think that's what it is. And for some reason, Drummond, and like they grabbed centers. They grabbed Drummond, Gasol, and Harrell. And then at the end of the day, none of them gets playing time. Like Harrell's on the bench. Marc Gasol has been on the bench.
He plays here and there. That's Frank Vogel's break glass emergency.
Yeah, that's like it's like let me grab the hammer, get the fire extinguisher, and like. I don't know, like, I'm trying to find the bright spot with this Lakers team, and it's like, you have to, because the thing is with them is that they're so, again, like, 2-star heavy. Yeah. So, like, if they don't have one, if they just have one, then, like, it's meant for other people to do, and, like, it's just, like, the roster is so bad everywhere else. Like, it's okay, but because you had those 2 superstars, that's why you got into the play-in tournament, and that's why you guys won last year. But now
one's not even playing, and the other is looking old. And
yeah, like aside from the first 3 on the roster, right? You have LeBron, Anthony Davis, and Shooter. All the other guys out here, like, sure they have made a name for themselves before in prior teams, but like, if they like, it's either one is not getting playing time, or one is just not themselves anymore. Like Drummond, okay, no production. Kyle Kuzma, where are you?
Oh man, that name makes me angry.
Where are you? Like Lakers fans should start posting wanted posters in front of Staples Center, saying where are you? Because how much?
That's crazy.
Because let me see. What's his salary, bro? I don't even know. And yeah, so I mean he's still on his rookie. Right, contract?
Something like that.
I think he's still in his rookie contract, which is good. At least. He's 25.
That's crazy.
I don't think he re-signed, or he made a contract extension. Double check for me. But Kuzma, like, where the hell are you, man? You like, 31% from the field, 19% from 3-point,
Jesus,
and 66% from the free throw line. 7 points, 4 boards, an assist and a half. But I guarantee you, most of those points came from Game 5 because of garbage minutes. Most of these averages went up because of garbage minutes from Game 5.
I call him Carl Kuzma. He doesn't deserve Kyle.
Like, where are you? Like, he is what now, in his 4th year?
4th year.
4th year. Everybody, I was promised that he was going to be better than Jason Tatum.
Yeah, because he came out averaging 16 and 18 his sophomore year.
Yeah.
And they was like, oh, he's the next big thing. I mean, they traded Ingram and Lonzo.
They kept Ingram. They traded away Ingram, Lonzo.
Yeah.
They traded away Julius Randle and D'Angelo Russell. And they're all all-stars or won an award.
Yeah. That's crazy.
And Kuzma.
I want to talk about Lonzo.
Yeah. Well,
Mr. 3&D.
3&D. He's literally a 3&D. But Kuzma, like, there should be a wanted poster. I think if Laker fans unite and put wanted posters, or like, I don't condone this, but maybe like harass him in social media, like you got to do something, and like he's gonna maybe.
I think it's too late.
Yeah, I think it's too late. But come on.
Yeah. Shout out Jay Crowder, Mikal Bridges. They've been playing really well.
Them too, man. Like, on the Sun side.
DeAndre Ayton gets a lot of flack for getting taken over Luka, but he's holding his own this series. Yeah. Really dominating them. Might be the reason they won the series.
Yeah, because it's like he's one of the first players, or one of the youngest, to average a double-double in his first playoff series, I think.
I mean, they even got their role guys stepping up, like Campaign.
Oh, Campaign. Don't even get me started.
Torrey Craig is giving them good minutes.
Yeah, Campaign is lying them.
Cam Johnson's giving them good minutes. It's like Campaign's their 3rd leading scorer.
Yeah. Yeah. And nobody thought of him. Nobody was thinking of him earlier in the season. Everyone was like just dismissing him, and like obviously there was no media coverage because I mean, it's just focused on the Lakers and Nets and all these teams. But like these small teams, or I guess quote unquote small market teams, like are starting to come alive.
That's good.
Which is good
I like that.
for the league. It's really good for the league. And what I don't understand,
I seen a lot of people be mad saying, "Oh, both LA teams might not make it out the first time." I'm just like, well, if you don't like basketball, just say that.
Yeah.
Like,
they only it's like it's again like I kind of blame the media for this, where it's like if I ask you, you know, the listener, what teams are making the biggest impact right now in playoffs, especially in the West, it's all teams, small market teams. Utah, Denver, Portland.
Don't say it.
What?
Don't say Dallas. That's a big market.
Dallas?
That's a big market.
I see it as a small market for
That's
some
a
reason.
big team.
It's a big team.
It's a big state.
It's a big state. I know. You got 4 other teams in that state, too. Or 3 other teams in that state.
When Mark Cuban's your owner, your market's never small.
That is true. I mean, he is in Shark Tank, so he has the connects. But again, like all these teams, then Phoenix, all these teams are making big moves, and then you have the big market teams, or supposed to be the big market teams, like again like the Clippers and Lakers, that they're just I don't know what it is. It's non-existent.
Clippers got to move to Inglewood or something.
Yeah, I don't like for, and then even in the East as well, you have Atlanta.
That's a big market.
Atlanta's a big market.
Hey, people love Atlanta.
Oh, the strip clubs.
Yeah, Lemon Pepper Lou.
Lou. Well, I don't know, cause I mean, like, what was the big offseason? Bogdan, Gallinari. I mean,
yeah.
they could get someone.
That was a solid team. You want to move into that series, Philadelphia, Atlanta?
Yeah. Okay.
So Embiid, slight meniscus tear. I don't know how that is gonna hinder him if he plays or if he doesn't. I still if Embiid plays, I'm going Philadelphia in 4. If he
sweeping.
Yeah, I think
if he plays all 4 games.
I think they're sweeping. But if he doesn't play, it's going to 6. I just feel like Philadelphia just has so many playmakers on defense. Like, if Trey's gonna try to hunt someone, I think they need to put Simmons on him.
If Trae Young hunts, it's most likely gonna be Seth Curry.
Yeah, but they could hide him so well. You got Thibault starting. Tobias Harris ain't no slouch on D.
No.
I think Danny Green could play.
Yeah.
I feel like it's just gonna be really tough for him, and I think John Collins needs to step up that series and really be that number 2.
That he thinks he is, because he turned down a contract, a huge contract for them.
I like Trey. I mean, you know this Luka Trey rivalry.
Yeah.
I'm always gonna pick Luka.
Well, you gotta give Trey his flowers, man.
I'll give it to him, Trey Buns. But
no, it's too early for that. You gotta give him
respect to him.
Yeah, there you go.
We're grading out of the first round. I just don't know how he's gonna.
Hey, but if you think about it, let's say the Mavericks lose this, okay? Trae Young has gotten farther than Luka.
Put it this way, you think the Atlanta GM trades Trae Young for Luka again? Knowing how it is right now?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. No. I feel like the Atlanta GM is very happy with Trae Young, but then when you look at you know who's mad?
The Kings.
Yes.
Yeah.
They are pissed.
I'd be mad too.
I saw a picture earlier today, and they were like, "Yeah, someone's gonna be."
It's like Darko.
Yeah, it's exactly the same thing.
It's tough.
I can't believe.
I think Marvin Bagley would be good, but he's not gonna.
Like, he can play. Like, we saw him play in Sierra Canyon one game, and he was okay.
But he's not gonna be a superstar like these other guys.
Obviously not like Trey.
That top 5's really nice.
Yeah, obviously not like Aiden and Trey and Luka, obviously. But like,
I just want to say thank you to Vlade Divac.
Oh, for pissing off Luka's dad or something? What was it?
I think he knew Luka's dad.
Yeah.
And he thought Luka was gonna be an alcoholic like his dad. It's crazy, man. We would have had Trae Young, but Vlade Divac messed that up.
That's so sad. But I was thinking about it where if Joel Embiid plays, again, I'm with you. I don't think the Hawks have a chance, because as we saw in the Knicks series, Trey is averaging 29.2, almost 10 assists, right, and 3 boards. Obviously, I mean he doesn't get boards, so whatever. We're gonna forget that, but 29 and 10 against a solid. I mean, the Knicks.
That's a good team. Yeah, they were like number 1 in defensive rating.
Yeah. So I mean, it's not like he just put up stats against a team that like he had he was supposed to win. Like the Knicks were not an easy matchup. Like they were defensive rated number 1 for a reason. Like they held the Hawks to only 104, and I mean, in today's NBA, holding a team to close to 100 or under is it's crazy. And I mean, and it's not like, I mean, they play, according to this, they played the same pace. They kind of played similarly. It's just that I think because the thing is with the Hawks is that their defense is like slightly underrated. Like they held obviously Julius Randle to like probably one of the worst.
Julius Randle just forgot how to play basketball.
He forgot. Like they held him to.
He was shooting like 29% from the field that series.
Yeah.
That's horrible.
Let me see. Yeah, he shot. Yeah, 29.8 from the field, 33 from 3-point, and 85 from the free throw line.
There were some people saying he's better than Luka.
I don't know who the hell said that, but
you know who said it.
Oh yeah, I know.
You know who said it.
Well, they're trolling or whatever.
Gonna be some furniture moving.
But yeah, he averaged 18 points, 11 boards, 4 assists. Julius Randle, but like just horrible from the field. Like I didn't understand. He in total, he shot 28 and 94 for the series. 28 out of 94, which is completely horrible. Derrick Rose is 32. He's gone. Like, I love seeing Derrick Rose, and every time I saw the game, I wanted to watch it because of him. But Derrick Rose cannot be the leading scorer.
He has no knees, man.
He averaged 19, and he was their leading scorer. 19, 4, and 5. There were like flashes of like, okay, dude, like D Rose is back. There were some flashes. There was like, maybe
if you want to say that,
like maybe, you know, he's hitting a floater. He was getting in the lane. Like he was the only bright spot for this Knicks team, and every other player was like, okay, one game. Like Reggie Bullock, one game. He had one game where he was like, okay, I'm gonna do great. RJ Barrett averaged 14 and 7 boards and 3 assists on 38% from the field, 28% from 3. And like for his first time in the playoffs, I guess, you know, solid.
I'm telling you. Hawks, Philadelphia. Tobias Harris is winning the series for them.
Tobias Harris, he's gonna average like what, 30?
Yeah, he was the leading scorer for the Sixers last round. 25 and 10, 1 steal a game. Curry had 30 in a closeout game.
Yeah.
If they run Simmons at the 5, I don't think they have any issues.
No. And
if they want to drop Ben Simmons down to Trae Young, let him guard him, you can put Dwight Howard in the starting lineup. Him and Capella go at it. I just feel like they match up really well against the Hawks.
Yeah.
Like super well.
Really well. And yeah, because the thing is, even if Joel does play, let's say he plays, right? It's the starting 5. You have Simmons, Seth, Danny, Tobias, and Joel.
Yeah.
And if you look at the Hawks starting lineup, it's Trey, Bogdan, John, DeAndre Hunter, and Clint Capella.
Yeah.
They that person can guard. Like I know Simmons for sure can guard Trae Young. Seth Curry can guard Bogdan. Bogdan, you know, he comes up down screens and he's moving around a lot. DeAndre Hunter, like he kind of just, you know, in the corner, like he can create his own shot every now and then. But I know Danny Green or probably Tobias Harris can guard him. And then John Collins, like he's an oop threat. He can space at the corner. And then Clint Capella and Joel, like I don't think Clint Capella can guard Joel in the post. He's just too big for him. And so they match up really well. But then if Joel Embiid doesn't play, then this is a lineup that probably will kill them at some point, or they're gonna put, which will probably be Simmons at the 5.
Yeah.
You put Seth Curry at the 1, Danny Green at the 2, Matisse Thybulle at the 3, and Tobias at the 4.
Yeah.
And, like, there's just defense everywhere you look.
Thybulle's really good.
Thybulle's such a good defensive
I like
player.
him. I like him a lot. I wish he was on the Mavs.
In the first, I think he was the first player ever to have 5 blocks and 4 steals.
Yeah, the guy's a
In
dog.
15 minutes a game.
And he fights over screens, so.
Yeah,
And Trae Young likes screens.
Yeah, he won't stop. He won't stop guarding him. He won't stop, and that's the part that like I think
that's what scares me for Atlanta.
Yeah, and that's the part that like Philadelphia is going to be, like they're obviously going to make the conference finals. So it's just how they match up with either Brooklyn or Milwaukee, because the thing is like, I think they have a better chance going. I mean, they have a good chance against either, but I think they have a better chance probably against Milwaukee.
You want to talk Brooklyn, Milwaukee?
Yeah. Bro.
All right. You're not gonna like this.
What do you have?
I got Giannis in 7.
Giannis in 7.
Yeah, hear me out.
Okay, hear me out.
I think Milwaukee, they won it this year. And that Drew Holiday move is really going to pay off. And what I see them doing is they're going to have Giannis. I think they have Giannis on KD this series.
Mm-hmm.
They got Drew on Kyrie.
Mm-hmm.
And then you throw like Chris Middleton on Harden. But that's going to be hard because Harden's going to bring the ball up a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I think those 3 match up pretty decently. We saw it in the regular season. What did Giannis do? I think Giannis had like 50 burger.
On the first game?
Yeah,
of the season? Yeah, that was a really good game.
Oh, no, the last one they played against each other.
Oh, yeah, that's the thing.
It was like a Saturday.
Yeah.
And Blake Griffin looked like that Drake video. Like,
yeah.
Oh, shit, he had nightmares.
Yeah.
I don't know, and if, all that Milwaukee needs to do, their role guys, they just need to hit shots.
Yeah.
They just need to hit their shots.
If
they're not, they're just going to build the wall, and Giannis going to go outside again.
Yeah, but I feel like this year, it's kind of different because I was watching obviously the broadcast for the games.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, I was like, okay, I on record was saying that I had the Heat. And I felt so stupid after they got swept.
This first round?
Yeah, this first round. I had Miami. Because I thought they had their number last year, and I thought it was good. I
had Milwaukee, but I didn't think they were going to sweep them.
Yeah, I totally misjudged. I think everyone who had Miami totally misjudged the impact of Drew Holiday.
After watching, I know Game 1 was really close, but when they came out Game 2 and just lit them up. Yeah. And then when they swept them, when Giannis said, sometimes you don't play with it, you can't play with your food. I was like, yeah, I think he's locked in this year.
He's stupidly locked in.
Yeah. Jimmy.
He's stupidly locked in. And it's funny because it was actually funny because before, some interviewer asked him, was like, what's going to be different this year? And he's like, nothing's going to be different. And you sweep him. That's what you do. Giannis wants.
I like Giannis.
Giannis does want this.
My favorite superstar outside of Dallas.
Yeah, Giannis does want this.
Yeah,
he wants it because he wouldn't have said that it's not going to be different and then just sweep him.
I think he wants the Nets.
Yeah,
he wants them.
I knew he wanted them.
If Giannis goes on to beat the Nets and then the Sixers in the conference finals. We gotta give him his flowers.
Yeah, because I think honestly, nobody in the West could probably take on Milwaukee. Maybe.
Yeah.
Besides the Lakers?
Yeah. They have the rest equipped, but look at them.
Yeah, besides the Lakers.
Going outside.
Besides the Lakers. Because, I feel like...
maybe the Clippers.
Maybe. But, I mean, again...
Zubats would be too slow.
Yeah, again, he's going to be running the court. Oh, I forgot to mention this in the Mavs, when we were talking about the Mavs series. But... It was a stat that I was going to tell you that apparently Zubac or the Clippers are 0-3 whenever Zubac plays more than 18 minutes.
Oh, I don't know if Luka, when he's bringing the ball up the court, he's already looking at whoever Zubac is guarding.
Yeah, and he's like, "Come here, set the screen, and switch off." And I think Luka is shooting. A ridiculous.
He's shooting better from 3 than the free throw line.
I don't understand.
Maybe he just needs to shoot him from the 3-point line.
Yeah, just shoot him from the 3-point line.
He should just start taking step back free throws.
Like Dwight Howard. Yeah, he shoots him for
Dwight Howard's outside the circle.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
But yeah, so I think Giannis in the Miami series averaged 23.5, 15 boards and 8 assists. 15 boards. That's actually crazy. I didn't know he averaged that much. 15 boards. 2 steals. 2 steals.
How many blocks?
And a block. 0.8.
It's crazy.
Like,
It's crazy.
that's actually, like, on 36 minutes of play in 4 games. Like,
Mm-mm-mm.
that's ridiculous. I mean, obviously, his 3-point is, like, shitty. Like, he's only 6% from 3. He's only made 1 out of 18.
He's only made one?
He's only made
Oh
1.
my goodness. Oh,
And I think that was when they blew him out the court, when they made, like, 19 threes. He made the first one, and then that was the only one he
I
made.
wish he had a 3-point shot. That'd be scary.
Imagine if he had, everyone's saying, it's like, imagine if he had a 3-point shot. I mean, he's only 26.
Hopefully.
He's only 26. He's only 26. And, you know.
He shot it really well when he came in, but.
I know.
Yeah, his rookie year, he shot 34. And he went like 15, 25, 20. Ugh.
The Milwaukee, like, the trainer, probably, like, is kicking himself looking at his shot after what he did because it looked good.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if it was because like, as soon as he bulked up, like, he didn't have range of motion in his shoulders, he had to change it, or, like, he's just so long, like, his arms are so long that, like, he had to change it to where it's, like, a 3-step shot because, like, he puts it forward, then up, and then back here, and then launches it. Before, it was just, like, one whole motion.
He has the first 4-motion shot.
Yeah. It was literally a 3-step shot, and, like, everybody, like, every defender that defends him knows when he's going to put it up. And, like, they can easily contest, and that's why he misses most of them. I mean, obviously, like, him having a 3-step shot can't, helps with him not making it. But, like, everybody knows when he's going to pull up, so, they can easily contest. But, yeah, Chris Middleton, obviously, again, one of the most underrated.
They just need a steady, like, 22, 23 plus from him.
Yeah, I mean, he averaged 21 and a half on
You just need a solid,
7
like,
boards.
14, 15 from Drew, some good D.
Yeah.
And
Brooke Lopez, 15
they have
and
to
28.
shoot, like, over 38% from 3 to win this
They
game.
have to.
Because if they go cold, that's it.
Yeah, because that Nets... Because everybody was worried about this Nets team defensively. I was one of them. I was like... I mean, Kyrie is, I guess, all right. Like, he can defend somewhat. James Harden, we've seen it.
Yeah.
He didn't like to defend anyone, and then now he's all right. Like, people are trying to make the argument that he's
I have
all
a
right.
feeling one of the Brooklyn Stars is going to have a series off.
What do you mean? Like, they're not going to perform?
They're not going to perform.
I don't know.
I
feel like they found a rhythm.
I have a feeling.
And who would it probably be? James Harden, most likely.
Probably Harden.
Yeah, because he's... I mean, but the thing is, again, with the Nets, is that everybody was thinking, okay, defensively and all that, and there's only one ball, right? Everybody was like, there's only one ball.
They figured that out.
But they figured it out. They were going to figure it out. All these superstars figured it out. Like, LeBron and AD, like, how come nobody said there was one ball when, like, obviously, like, they figured it out. Everyone figures it out.
Yeah.
And so, I knew KD, because, I mean, anyone who has been in the Warriors offense.
Yeah, he knows how to play off ball now.
Can play off ball. Anyone.
What really helped was Kyrie just taking the backseat, let Harden handle it, let Kyrie become the 2.
Yeah, that helps. And like Kyrie's gonna get his buckets. Like you can easily.
I feel like Kyrie likes just scoring more than facilitating.
Yeah, and like when you need him, like he's gonna give you 27, 28, 30.
I'm super excited for this series, though.
Yeah, that's going to be a good series because I feel like it's honestly going to come down to defense because of, like, Giannis is averaging whatever every time they play him. Yeah. Like, I know it's high 30s probably.
I think the matchups that's going to be fun is going to be, Blake and Brooke? How are they going to... like,
because the thing is also, it's like, okay, so is DeAndre Jordan going to get some run? He hasn't played.
Unless they think that... Brooke can't stay on the floor, they might run Bobby Portis.
Big Bobby Portis.
And I'd let him go 5 out. I mean, Brooke could go 5 out. It's just the defensive part.
Yeah, because I think in the first game, when they played each other, in the very first game of the season, DeAndre Jordan was on Giannis. And you can't do anything about it. I think he had 45.
Yeah.
And you can't do anything about it. Like, it was close to overtime, or it went to overtime, I forgot. But it was a really close game. And DeAndre Jordan can't do anything about it. So that's what I'm saying. Like what next? Claxton?
He's good. I like him.
Claxton is good, but he's too skinny.
I don't know if he's gonna stop Giannis.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like they're kind of overmatched at that position. So it just comes down to, okay, can KD, Kyrie, and Harden do enough to get past
Yeah.
Giannis because Drew and Chris, they're
I feel like they're gonna be steady.
underrated. Yeah, they're rock solid. They're gonna be rock solid, and they're two-way players.
Yeah.
So they're gonna do a good enough job to get Kyrie of 25 and Harden to.
They got to take away one of the superstars.
They have to.
That's got to be.
And I think the key to taking away is Harden because Harden, at this point in his career, with him saying, "Hey, Kyrie, go to the 2, I'll be the 1," is like, I am going to take every playmaking, facilitating job. So when Joe Harris comes off the screen, I'm giving it to him. KD comes off the screen, I'm giving it to him. Kyrie, here, go do your work. He's the playmaker. He's the play initiator. And I feel like that's the key because if they have no other play initiator, because we've seen Kyrie just flat out can score. He's just box office. But in his career, I think Kyrie's only averaging 5-6 assists. And this
he's gonna get his though.
He's gonna get his, and I mean KD is gonna get his. But again, when it's just them two, I think it's more isoable.
They gotta interrupt Harden playmaking.
It's interrupting Harden's playmaking because Joe Harris doesn't get off. Without Harden, Joe Harris doesn't get his shots up. Without Harden, Blake Griffin doesn't get his dunks. Claxton doesn't get his rolls. DeAndre Jordan doesn't get his rolls. So I think Harden is the key, and for on the Milwaukee side. I think I'm pretty sure it's true.
That's crazy. Is Harden's the only one who hasn't proved himself in the postseason. So I don't know. We'll see. That's something I'm looking forward to. Yeah. Looking out for.
And on the other side, for the Milwaukee side, it's Drew. Yeah. It's Drew. I think Drew is the key because we know Giannis is gonna give me, because nobody can guard him, right?
Yeah, I think Giannis is gonna come out the series averaging 28 and 14.
Ridiculous
something
numbers.
Crazy.
Chris Middleton is always solid. I don't think there's ever. Going back to these last couple of years, I don't think there was ever a playoff game where he didn't average 20.
Yeah.
And so Drew, because Drew has never made it to the second round, I think. So he has something to prove, especially going against Kyrie, because I know there have been some plays I remember seeing in the Miami series, of him just posting up to whoever's guarding him.
Yeah.
And obviously that creates, because Giannis can then start from the 3, get back screened, and then that's an easy dunk there or a lob. And then Drew is too big for Kyrie that if that doesn't happen, he can just take it up himself. So it creates more post opportunities and more pass out opportunities and dunks and lobs. So it's just again, I think the Drew Holiday thing was just so underrated. Nobody thought. And then it just turned out that maybe they have a big 3. I think they do.
Yeah, I low-key think they do too.
Yeah, they do. They will stick around for, especially if Drew, because they're all locked in until 2023, I believe.
Drew wants to win.
I know Drew wants to win, yeah. And he's what, 32? Because they're all locked in.
Yeah.
They're.
He's 30.
Okay, he's 30. So, yeah, they're locked in for the next 3 years for sure. Because I know Giannis signed that Supermax.
Sadly.
Yeah, I know. Everyone thought he was going to leave. He thought he was going to go to Miami. Isn't that crazy? Everyone thought he was going to go to Miami. Nah, bro, I'm going to sweep him. But, I mean, yeah, so the key is Drew for Milwaukee, and the key for Brooklyn is Harden. And everyone else is, going to put up their points because I know KD and Giannis could possibly cancel each other out. Kyrie and Chris are going to cancel each other out, so it's really just Drew and James. And then role players, if Bryn Forbes averages more points than Joe Harris.
Yeah, Bryn Forbes goes nuclear again. Oh, man. It's going to be serious.
It's going to be serious. And then Pat Connaughton has a couple threes, Bobby Portis.
Yeah, Pat Connaughton's underrated.
Pat Connaughton
I feel like he's going to do well. He's going to do well on Joe Harris.
Yeah.
He's going to stay tight on him.
Pat Connaughton used to be a pitcher.
Crazy. I need him on MLB.
MLB, yeah. So, yeah, it's Bryn Forbes. Mm-hmm. Goes nuclear again. Pat Connaughton, Bobby Portis is a 6th Man of the Year candidate. He used to be.
Forget about PJ Tucker. If he can hit those shots in the corner, if he doesn't go Houston on them.
And it's another defender in Kyrie.
Yeah.
Or Harden.
He could even play big.
Mhm.
Yeah. I'm just mad it's the second round series. I wanted it in the conference finals. But as a basketball fan, it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, it's gonna be a series that like.
So what do you have? I have Bucks in 7.
Bucks in 7. Jesus Christ. It'll be a storyline if the Nets don't get it done, huh? It'll be a storyline because it's like.
It's like, 3 superstars. Y'all gonna get it done?
I know.
That tanked KD's legacy more.
Yeah.
I'm here for that.
Even more than it is. Damn. Who do I have? It's gonna go 7. What if Milwaukee just says like, "Fuck you," and it's just
Bucks
like
at 5.
Bucks in 4, just sweeps them again.
Hey.
It was like,
hey, if Giannis is locked in,
if he's stupidly locked in, then
I'd be mad if it went in 4. I want to see 7 games.
I'd be mad too. But
imagine Giannis is like, "Fuck that. We take him out in 5."
Yeah.
And then he goes on to play Philly, and then
yeah,
that's how he wins.
Because either way, whoever wins this series has a good chance against Philadelphia.
Yeah.
They have a good chance.
Yeah, if Embiid, I don't know, that Embiid thing scares me.
Mm-hmm.
So I think whoever wins the series coming out of the East.
This Milwaukee Nets series? Yeah, probably. And, damn, it's going to be a 7-game series. I have the Nets, you know what? I have the Nets.
Nets in 7?
Nets in 7.
I got Bucks. You got Nets?
I got Nets. I think Harden
shows up. Has his playoff moment.
Yeah, I think Harden is like, I have the tools. I came here for a reason. I came here to win. Sure, I'm ring chasing or whatever. Tying me up with 2 other superstars. But this is where I become me, where I show up. Because I've averaged 35.
Yeah.
And for what?
3 years.
3 years.
Yeah.
And crazy assists. I can get to the bucket anytime I want to. So I have to do something. He's gonna do it.
We'll see. I'm gonna enjoy that. Hopefully, I don't work on the day those games happen.
Oh, true, yeah.
But I'm gonna watch them at work, definitely.
Are we watching Denver Portland tonight?
We'll see. We'll see. I don't know what I have to do later, but probably first quarter.
Cool. So yeah, I think that's it for today, for this first ever.
Yeah, that was fun.
Podcast. This is fun.
I'm actually surprised how
lengthy it got, right?
Yeah, like we really got into the zone.
Yeah. This is what I was telling you earlier. I was like,
I was pretty like nervous before, like, oh fuck, I'm not gonna know what to talk about, but you know.
Yeah. I couldn't sleep last night. I was sleeping.
You have restless legs.
Yeah. I was sleeping last night, and I was like, okay, I know I'm gonna I have things where I want to save for certain topics, and but the main thing is we just gotta have fun. If we have fun, as soon as we talk about what we like, which is it's just basketball.
Yeah.
Then we're just gonna get in the zone. This is literally lunchtime.
Yeah.
Bleachers type conversation.
But
yeah. So we're gonna leave our socials in the description of our YouTube. If you want to follow that, we'll most likely post every now and then about what we said here, our predictions, and when our next episode is going to be. But yeah, so that'll be there. Do you want to put our socials in there? Get some extra followers? Get some clout?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Alright, we'll leave our socials down there. So yeah, and if you're listening to this on Spotify, Google, or Apple Podcasts, this will also be in YouTube form. It's just gonna be our name, and yeah, this was fun.
Right, if you made it this far, I appreciate you guys.
Yeah.
Right, even if you only watch 10 minutes, we appreciate it.
We appreciate anything. We're both humble guys.
We're really trying to do this thing.
Yeah, we're really trying to do this thing. We have, we have put a lot of work to get this done, and we're gonna continue to put the work in. Oh, actually, I forgot to tell you that as I was in the shower to get ready for this, you know what I was listening to?
What were you listening to?
Off Season by J. Cole.
Yeah, J. Cole, album of the year. 12 out of 12.
In the shower. And I was like, this is the off season.
Yep, that's facts.
This is the off season. This is summer. This is when we get stuff done. And I was like, this is gonna get me hype.
Yeah, it got that dog in me.
Yeah, it got me hype. We're gonna come out the booth out of today, doing the Westbrook Rock a Baby.
Oh.
Yeah, you like that? Yeah, that's a good.
Okay.
That's what I was.
I'm gonna put an M on your forehead. You're Luigi's brother, Joe.
Oh my god. Yeah, man. So like we're really doing this. So if you would like to stick around, it's gonna be
Hopefully we can pump these out like weekly.
yeah.
Hopefully.
It'll probably be every week. We don't know the schedule yet. We just wanted to get this out before tonight's games. So we'll keep you posted once you follow our socials. How often we will post the next episode of these podcasts. So yeah, stay tuned. We're glad that you guys came here to listen to us. We're just a couple kids trying to talk about basketball.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Bye. I'm not the kid.